So here's some quick tips about gesture drawings for your assignment that you'll be working on this week. I've got a little, they're called Qui figures um, that I'm drawing from in multiple points of view. And in this case, I'm using one figure. I'm overlapping them onto one page initially, and that's fine. Repeating the one object a few times might be very beneficial for you guys because you're going to get to know your object better and you will learn how to navigate it better. So I'm going to show you some of the tricks that I've learned teaching gesture. So I'm going to go ahead and play this. I'm going to kind of retrace my paths that I use a lot when I do gesture drawing. So whenever I think about gesture drawing, I think about creating connections between body parts, let's say, or sections of the object. So I tend to want to move from here, I move from the head to the belly, back up to the head. Here I move from the belly to the arm to the arm. Whenever you're doing gesture drawing, you're going to want to move from left to right of the object and from the top to the bottom, and not slowly. You want to make these loops and these paths fairly quickly because you're supposed to be looking at the overall and not wrapped up in the small minutiae of the details. So what I'm more interested in is how this big oversized head relates to the belly. And one of the best ways to do that is to get the motion of your pencil moving fluidly between these two areas of your still life or your objects. Don't draw just a single eye if it corresponds to another element of the object. If there are two arms, draw those arms together right through the object. They are connected, okay? So you'll notice that whenever I do one part of an object, I tend to relate it then to the other side. There, I just went from ear to ear. I always relate big ideas to big ideas, okay? So I go from one side of the object to the other. I never stay in one area for very long. I don't pick up my pencil very often. I just keep it moving. So this is sort of a game of trying to find various paths to get from the bottom of the object to the top of the object, from the left side of the object to the right side of the object. Right there is a move I do a lot in gesture drawings. There's natural figure eights, especially within any kind of figure-like object. Anytime you have symmetry, it's really easy to find this sort of figure eight motion. And then you start fluidly creating these connections between the object. So right here in the feet, I do it between the arms. I often do it between the eyes and the ears. So anytime you do have a symmetrical object, make it a game to move as quickly as you can from the left object's arm to the right, and then top to the bottom. But you should be moving pretty quickly. So this is a scribble line. So I hope this helps. And the more I kind of warmed up on my gestures again, it took me maybe a couple pages before I started to warm up and get fluid and comfortable. So don't just start right away on your final drawings. Definitely give yourself time to get your eye and hand coordinated for the day. It is not something that's going to be instantaneous for you. You're going to need that time to acclimate and get to know your object. I hope this helps, at least with Scribble Line. I'll do another one for Mass on Wednesday.